something else that was also inevitable. I was going to quit YouTube. I knew I couldn't do it forever, that I was running out of steam, that I was sick of the increasing dehumanization inherent, that I just didn't have anything to say about movies anymore. The plan was always to end with Love Never Dies, since it seemed like the best place to end, with some semblance of energy, rather than keeping on until I've withered away into nothing. What happened to me in March and April hastened it, but this was always inevitable.
All right.
So it sounds like she's saying she basically lost motivation in critiquing movies.
Yeah, this is the best part. She was like, listen, I realized nobody watched my videos anymore. I'm ready to give
up. Not even because, I mean, she's still getting shit tons of views. Just more like, I just don't have anything interesting to say about movies anymore.
She's definitely on the downswing.
Uh-huh. Well, no, see, but this is a problem. I think with YouTube, people will have like periods of explosive growth. You know, she'll have like one video that gets 6 million views.
And this isn't YouTube. This is life. You have to fucking reinvent yourself. Come on.
No, but then like after it, once you get that explosion of 6 million views, okay,
yeah,
your standard has just risen dramatically, because now you're like, I want all my videos to
Why do you think Sitch doesn't make videos anymore? He got a taste.
I did.
He got a taste of that viral success. I
know. It poisoned my mind.
I talked to Sitch about this privately. When it happened, I was like, oh, it's over now, Sitch. now you've tasted it.
Adam knew. He knew it was coming.
Because I tasted it too. I'm like, oh my God.
He told you from experience.
Yeah.
It's true. It's terrible.
Like, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. But it's fun. I mean, it's fun. How people don't. Uh-oh. I'm in big trouble now.
Because people, when they feel the up, they want that happiness. Okay. They want that up to last forever, and it never does.
Yeah. Maybe this is where a lot of experience coming down worked to my advantage.
Yeah, I'm sure. My initial plan was to leave YouTube for Nebula, but I realize now that is only entrenching myself in a more intimate form of harm rather than the broad buckshot kind that YouTube invites.
What?
So like, what is? I don't even know what Nebula is.
So I guess maybe that's where only her fans target her, her immediate fans.
See, so Nebula is like a new. It's like locals.
Oh, it is. Okay.
I think.
I won't go into detail. Not right now anyway. But I can't do video content for them either. I can't make content, period. I just can't do this anymore. There's no healing as long as there is attachment to the thing that makes you suffer. And the thing in this case is being in the public eye at all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Lindsay's going back into the closet, guys. She doesn't want to be seen.
No. What I wanted was to quietly disappear. But since this is a platform, people are paying me to make content, I feel like I have to make a statement. If it were just me by myself, I would just sign off and say goodbye, and that would be it. But I have a team who depends on my company for health insurance.
Oh my God.
Including dependents I supply, full benefits for 8 people. And here in the US, employer-based insurance is often the only feasible option. So this is where I'm like sussy confused, because I'm questioning how the fuck she employs 8 people with full health benefits, right?
Yeah, me too. That seems like a miracle.
Yeah, for the amount of money that she makes, for how little content she produces.
She does have 9,000 patrons though. So I mean, she is patron.
Yeah, but like,
driven. I mean,
if you were to tell me
that
Tim
making
Pool,
30 grand a year, or 30 grand a month rather.
If you were to tell me, but divide 30 by 8 to some way, right? It's not as much as you think it's going to be.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Holy shit, that's like 8 months. Oh shit.
If you were to tell me that Tim Pool had 8 employees with full health benefits, I would completely believe that in a second. Like the size of his operation, how much money he's making. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. If that's what's happening. I don't know if it is, but that would make sense. I cannot conceive of how Lindsay Ellis would be in this realm.
Okay.
And it makes me like, this comes off to me a little bit like, oh, I don't want to make YouTube videos, but I want you to still pay me 30 grand on Patreon.
I think that's exactly where it's going. Saying to everyone, sorry about your children, but they can't have insurance anymore because Twitter makes me sad. Just doesn't seem like a fair deal. None of them incidentally know I'm posting this.
Oh my God.
I know, exactly.
So, but this is what's crazy.
You're going to learn about this. Like, hope you sleep tonight.
Yeah, first of all, this whole paragraph, I think, rubs me the wrong way. It's being very disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you really gave a shit this much, because what she's trying to say is, the reason I want you to keep paying me, even though I'm not making content, is to support these 8 people who you don't know and their families.
And their children.
Right.
How are they going to be able to afford their insulin medicine?
Right. Exactly. Think of the children. So she's now asking for charity instead of being paid to produce something.
It's totally charity.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she says, oh, it's not right for me to say, sorry, you can have insurance because Twitter makes me sad. That's literally what she's saying. She's shifting the guilt of the fact that she doesn't want to do her job to the people that want to pay her to do her job.
It's
awful. To say, you should still pay me to not do my job.
Because
you should feel guilty.
Because I'm going to pay these other people who are going to become my personal assistants.
This is fucking crazy. I wonder if she is pathologically fucked up in some way. Like, this is a crazy paragraph.
So the only thing I can do for now is to keep this page active with the loose promise. Hold on a second here. The loose promise that someday I'll figure out something in the future to make up for this, while asking you please. Oh, it's so weird too, because she goes into this next sentence. While asking you please stop messaging me apologizing for not being able to subscribe anymore. You don't owe me anything. This Patreon is like my own life and career, just running on fumes.
Oh my
God.
Not
only is it like, oh, this Patreon is necessary to support the 8 people and their kids and their insulin medicine that work for me, but also stop. Those of you who actually empathize with me and feel bad about not being able to give to Patreon anymore, just shut the fuck up, okay? I don't have time for you.
She's like, no, she's saying, I don't want to read you apologizing for not subbing anymore.
I know. It's so weird. I mean,
very strange.
I've gotten, look, I'm not by no means like any kind of big time YouTuber or anything, but I've gotten an occasional message from people who are like, I'm not going to subscribe to your Patreon anymore. And, I just ran into money problems or whatever,
Sure. We've got on that in the stream. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking thank you for fucking reaching out. Thank you for thinking of us. That's my attitude. Here is Lindsay Ellis's attitude is, I don't want to hear from you. Okay.
It's too much, Adam. It's too much emotional weight. You don't understand.
Yeah.
The emotions. It makes Lindsay feel bad.
When people reach out,
she's chasing happiness. Okay?
When people reach out like that for us, I just want to let them know, take care of yourself and your family, man. This is like, I want them to feel okay about whatever they're doing. But Lindsay Ellis just has a completely different attitude about this. It's all about her feelings, right? You want to continue?
But all I know now is that being in the public eye at all is a losing game, and I regret all of it. I regret every time I ever stood up for anyone. It always backfires. Oh my God. I regret every time.
Can you imagine? Regretting standing up for people? What the fuck, bitch?
Well, no, you know why? Because she stood up for a bunch of woke pieces of shit who all turned on her and stabbed her in the back. Okay. Because and this is the problem. She's universalizing her experience with her ideology to everyone.
Totally.
Instead of just saying, maybe this ideology is terrible. Maybe I should get rid of this. This groupthink neo-Marxist nonsense doesn't care about individuals.
You got to treat people like individuals. You really do. I mean, I've stood up for people too that have turned out to be total fucking pieces of shit. But at the same time, I've stood up for a lot of people who haven't.
Doesn't mean you give up on standing up for people. Yeah,
exactly.
One person backstabs you doesn't mean you.
Doesn't mean everyone's going to backstab you.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you become like a rugged, cinematic film character. You're like, I was once betrayed by the woman I love, so I'll never love again.
Yeah, yeah. Come on. This is what makes life meaningful, is the people who don't stab you in the back. Like,
Exactly.
don't give up.
I mean, I'm playing the long game with Adam before I stab in the back. Okay.
Oh my God. Every once in a while I think about that, and not that either one of us are even close to that, but I just think how, like, oh my God, it would be just insane.
I know.
It would be insane for everyone who's been a member of the show, because they'd be like, oh my God, everything would feel like a lie.
Yes. Well, I feel like we're both too high on our own morals to ever do something like
it would
that.
never happen. Like, it would have happened already. And
Jump cut 10 years from now. I regret every time I pushed back against something unjust. It was always just used to hurt me. Poor me.
I know.
I regret every time I ever stood up for myself. I never did it correctly. I regret every time I showed any vulnerability. Just more ammunition to be used against me later. I regret every time I ever tried to play the game with peers and colleagues. They will drop you the second you aren't popular on Twitter anymore.
Oh my God.
She has some terrible friends.
Fucking fair-weathered friends. Yeah. Fuck them.
Fuck. It's all hollow and brittle. And if there is one thing I have learned this year, it's how eminently expendable I am.
Well, that's true, Lindsay.
There you go. Yeah.
There's one thing I've fucking learned, is that Lindsay Ellis can't write for shit.
That's true too.
You don't like this?
Oh, this is such melodramatic prose, isn't it?
Well, it's appealing to her melodramatic fan base.
I mean, it is, yeah.
I'm fixing to do a find search on the time she says I have a feeling it's like,
oh no.
off the
Yeah. A lot
charts.
of I statements here, yeah. The good, progressive, cis, straight, wealthy white men keep on trucking and coming out on top because deep down they know that the system they profess to stand against ultimately exists to benefit them. Fuck you, Lindsay Ellis, you piece of shit. This is why I have no empathy for you. After her whole fucking slacking of self-aware tirade about how all her shitty woke friends throw her under the bus, she still ends it with, oh, fucking white men.
By the way, slap in the face.
Oh my God.
I agree. This is all Adam's fault. You get Adam's
actually
a white man.
I actually
take the
like
full
that
right.
line. I actually like the line. I'm like,
Sargon's an octoroon and I'm a Jew, so
Yeah.
Adam's
Yeah,
obviously at
yeah.
fault here.
if that's what if that's the world she wants to live in, okay. Look, I'm happy just for you, Lindsay. I'm having a great time.
And to all the people telling me I
Rubs
need
it
to
in.
grow a thicker skin or remove myself from the conversation altogether, you are right. I don't have it in me to do the former, so I shall do the latter. Hope your new year is better than this.
Oh, really? Wow.
Lindsay Ellis.
Rough.
Womp womp.
She'll be back.
Yeah, I said
Well,
2
okay.
months.
She can't take it.
You'll be back.
Any closing thoughts before we move on, Sargon?
Is she just going to continue to collect her Patreon then?
Yeah.
She left that open, right?
Yes. That was the point of this speech, was to keep collecting her $20,000 a month.
Right. So donate to me, even though I'm not going to make content and I haven't
Yeah.
made a video in months.
She's got families to feed. She's
Yeah.
8 people, okay, working for her somehow.
Yeah. She hasn't got her own kids to feed, but she's got other people's kids to feed. Right.
There you go. She's like the cat mom, but with people.
Yeah.
You don't think Lindsay's gonna have kids?
Well, she's already had an abortion and she's nearly 40, so no.
Oh,
Oof.
okay.
Well, it's just reality.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, oof. Sometimes life hits you with the oof, okay?
Yeah, I suppose it does, yeah.
She could do IVF. She could still have kids.
Yeah, she ain't going to, though.
She,
see.
she have like a boyfriend or a husband?
I think she's married.
She's
okay.
married. Yeah. What are you
Oh,
talking
I didn't
about?
know.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Listen, I don't
He's
know.
not going to have IVF.
I mean, this right down here, this last part here, this is aimed at her husband. Good, progressive, straight, wealthy white men. Keep on trucking and coming out on top because deep down they know.
Oh,
Mhm.
God, that's a great point. He must be laying in bed thinking, "For fuck's
He's like,
sake."
Oh, no.
I looked over. He's like, Lindsay, I looked over your Patreon post here, and I have a question about this last paragraph.
Imagine the conversation he has to have with her
I'm
afterwards.
just curious.
Mhm.
That's not about anyone we know, is it? All right.
Right.
So what do you guys make of it? Like, you know, Is this like
what do you mean?
the sort of like, the falling apart of this community? Are all their talking heads essentially going to go mad because of the standards that they hold?
Well, I mean, it's hard to build a hierarchy on the idea that all hierarchies are evil.
Good point. Yeah.
Right?
Fair
Like
point.
you're just kind of creating a machine that's promoting toxic behavior to tear down everyone.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. I think this is, well, I mean, listen, I hope it collapses. I hope it collapses as fast as possible.